Right. So, what are we doing? D&D, that's it. I'm sorry, Ricardo's message popped up and I was reading it and I was trying to... anyway, so you guys are in a tavern. A raven-haired lady's come in and sung a song, which caught your ears because it was so beautifully delivered. Flawlessly.
I liked it.
You guys watch. She walks around a few tables holding out a cup. No one seems to pay any attention. She places the cup on the bar and walks over to your table. And she looks at you and she goes, "Somebody must have put orc spit in their wine." She laughs as she approaches the table, obviously indicating that no one's giving her any money. No one's really paid a huge amount of attention to her walking in, singing a song. And then and she goes on to say, "Not that I'm surprised. The story of Astabar isn't really a popular tale around here. My name is Ravina Greywire. The song is about a true story. His manor is about an hour's walk from here, and I plan on going up there tomorrow. There, stories are of all sorts of magical items, all sorts of gold and treasure."
She's the bad guy. She's trying to bait us.
You guys look like roller insight.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be insight.
This is something I totally would not share with anyone ever. Oh, cool. Sweet roll last second.
Nice.
Did I say that she's evil? I meant she's my best friend and I want to hang out with her more.
She seems genuine, to be fair. She seems genuine. She goes on to say, I plan on heading up there in the morning. Perhaps you would be interested in joining me. She looks at Carla and says, at Sarya and says, there are rumors that one of the artifacts that is held in this mansion is the magical lyre of Artie Van Helfwinkel. What are you laughing at?
That he's a dirty liar.
You watch Asari's eyes sort of light up a little bit, and she goes on to say that Artie was the greatest bard to ever play. You guys will have heard of Artie Van Halfwinkle.
I have all his CDs.
His name's Helfwinkle. I just called him Halfwinkle, but you get the point.
Kane's kind of tuning a lot of this out because now it's more just wondering about if they have like all these items and stuff. If the staff could somehow just have over time found its way to that collection.
Yeah, I mean it could have done.
Because otherwise, he's just going to want to go on a mission chasing after that.
I'm planning on going in the morning. What do you say? Do you want to come with me? I can't go. If the stories are true, it's probably too much to handle alone. Anything we find, we can split. Then she gets out of line and goes diddle 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 diddle.
Carla pulls that one.
Carla seems quite keen to go. Obviously, being a bit of a groupie of Artie Van Helfwinkle, she seems quite keen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tag along.
And yeah, like I said, I've got that. If there's a possibility of the staff somehow of making its way there, I might as well give it a shot.
Okay. She looks at you lot. She's like, "Great, super. I'll see you here in the morning. We'll head up together and we'll see what lies in store. Great riches."
Rich is there.
Yeah. She puts a lyre on her back. She tips her hat to you and heads back out of the door. As she leaves, a couple more sort of people walk in. The bar is really lively. It's really sort of packed. There's a lot of people in here. Jovial mood. You guys have been sitting in here for a few hours. You've had a few beers. Just seems to be pretty lively. What are you doing?
They said it's been a few hours and it was already evening time when we were there, so it's probably like late at night, isn't it?
It's getting on for 10, 11, 12 o'clock, something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
It's certainly getting on towards bedtime.
Yeah. All right.
Although
Is there
you did
anything
have
else you
quite a
guys want
long
to do with
sleep
the day?
during the day, but
Bedtime sounds good to me.
Yep. Bedtime sounds good.
I need it.
Yeah.
okay. So you guys all head upstairs. You're all in one
Same.
room. There's a few beds in the room. As you head up there, there's a number of rooms in this tavern. All the doors seem to be closed. You head in. It's it's fairly low key. It's a couple of beds, a wooden floor. For three or four beds, a wooden floor. Just a normal tavern room. You guys sit down and I assume get some sleep.
Okay,
Yep.
that sounds good.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone doing anything before they have a rest? Is there anything you guys want to do? Or
Well, there's this raging boner that's been here for the not. No, I'm good.
as you lay in bed, you hear like a shuffling noise coming from Cain's direction. Cain has forgotten that 25 doesn't sleep and is just meditating literally feet
Yeah.
away from him.
25 suddenly feels something wet hit his face.
I throw up.
Okay, so you guys go to sleep. You wake up the next morning. You head downstairs. You have something to eat. The priest is nowhere to be seen. Didn't come home last night. You don't quite know what happened to him. But as you eventually sort of get yourselves ready, get up in the morning, you head towards the tavern door, and standing outside is the bard that you met before, Ravina. She's like, "You all right? Should we go?" She seems quite jovial, quite happy. She's sort of full of energy, ready to head off.
What happens to my health now that I've slept?
You go back to full hit points.
Okay, good.
Full.
Sorry.
Get rid of that crap.
Any
full
spells?
lowered. hit point.
I was
Any-
at 23 health. I'm back at 41.
Any
Nice.
spells that have been used returned. Are you doing anything with any of the loot that you found? Did you do anything with any of the loot that you found last time? Are you keeping hold of it, Torb? Did you do anything with it? Did you attune to any of it? Did you become acclimatized with any of it, or are you just cracking on?
I'll give. I'll give the dagger to 25 since he likes using those.
Thank you. What is it, Scott?
So you have got the Tiebreaker, which is a short serrated silver blade with a large handle base, allowing the wielder to add a second hand for added pressure. The weapon hits hits in the case of a draw against AC.
Okay.
So if you roll the AC, you actually hit rather than draw. Rather than miss, and it's
Gotcha.
1d4 plus 2 damage.
What do you mean? The Wraith hit my AC earlier and it hit me.
Did it? Or maybe
Yeah, the very first roll. I was like, oh, that's my AC. And you're like, well, it's a hit.
Oh, well then you probably went on 24 points, but unlucky. Hold on, a draw hits or draw misses? I can't remember. I thought a draw hits.
Yeah, draw hits in D&D.
So I'm curious what the dagger does.
Really, what we're saying is this dagger is useless,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
it is a plus 2 to useless.
+2 useless dagger.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nice.
You can okay.
Yeah.
That's a +2 useless dagger. That's totally what
Perhaps
they
you
would call it.
perhaps you could use your charm to sell it in a shop for more money than it's actually worth.
Yeah.
I mean, Cain's our usual dealer.
Create an elaborate backstory of who it used to belong to and sell it.
And then create one for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell me what it is, please. Shield.
It's
Are
a
you doing anything with shield?
mystery.
Do you use shields?
Not really. Well, the
I don't think
problem
any of
with
us do.
yeah, the problem is the shield will definitely help Cain out, but his great axe requires 2 hands.
Mm-hmm.
Can I turn a shield into a shield bow, where it's a shield that shoots arrows?
No.
Then no, I can't use it.
But yeah, no, my perks are all in great weapon fighting.
Okay, well, let me
Same.
tell you. Did you keep hold of it, Torb, or?
Yeah, the shield and the belt are both on me.
Okay, well, you became sort of accustomed to what it is. This is a shield with like an embossed lion's head on the front. It's blue and gold. Once per day, the caster can cast Lion's Bite as a bonus action. It does a D20 plus 3 versus AC. So you roll a D20, you add 3 to the result, and you do 1d4 plus your level plus 4 damage if it hits.
This is the shield of making you roll a lot.
Yeah,
Actually,
so
the rolls are quite low.
The shield of learning mathematics.
Well, the roll's quite low, so it's a D20 plus 3 to any attack.
Yeah.
Versus AC, and then 1d4 plus your level plus 4. And essentially, the lion's head becomes animated, lunging directly at its enemy. You have to be within 5 foot.
Dude, it's a Power Ranger weapon.
I know.
All right.
Yep.
What about the belt? You looked at the belt, it looks like it had some magical qualities.
This is the belt of keep your pants up.
Yeah.
The belts are looking kind of funky with your
The
pants
belt
up.
of perma-erection.
Cain doesn't need that one.
Cain is already wearing. So the belt, as you become accustomed to that as well, this is a manipulating belt. Essentially, it's a belt that allows you to cast Mage Hand once per day.
I think that belt was used by someone who was into BDSM.
The belt of masturbation.
Seriously, come on.
Well, I mean, have you guys seen what Matt wrote in our chat?
Yeah.
And then
He wants
I
to get a
elaborated
hole.
on
He
that.
wants to get a hole in one or something.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right.
Sorry, just reading Jordan's comment. Right, okay. So you guys head out. You know, you've got yourselves ready for the morning. You're all carrying whatever you're carrying. You head off. As you're walking along, Ravina is telling you about the what she knows about the story, which isn't much more than the song, other than sort of people have passed on the information that it's a real story, and what you've gathered from her saying the locals aren't too keen on the story of Astabar. You feel there must be some truth in it. As you walk up, you start to head up a hill. You walk through a clearing of trees, sort of picket line of trees to the north, and you see a 3-story manor house set behind some stone walls. There's a 7-foot wall in height around the grounds. It looks as though it's been abandoned for quite some time. As you begin to approach, you see that it's overgrown. There's large grass about the same height as or large foliage about the same height as the wall. You know, it's really overgrown. There's a crow sort of nesting on the roof. That's really the only sign of life as you approach. The rusted iron gate is partially open as you approach. That's pretty much all you see as you begin to walk towards it. What do you want to do?
I'll leave this one up to you guys.
What is the plan anyway? We're just here to just ransack and pillage, or?
I mean, I know what I'm kind of for the most part looking for, so I'm leaving the rest up to you.
Do we know if this place is trapped or anything?
From
the way she described it, it sounds like there was going to be some type of confrontation.
Yeah,
she was talking about she couldn't handle it herself.
From what she's been saying, you get the feeling that this was the house of a mage.
Yep.
Chances are mages would use magical elements to defend themselves. From the song, what you know is that it sounds like there was an unleashing of a huge amount of energy from the wizard trying to crack the spell of the wand, and that could have had an effect on some of the properties. You know, you don't know any more than what you heard in that song and what she's heard from stories. You know, what you do know of mages is they're generally quite guarded characters.
The thing we need to watch out for is that magic traps aren't the same as physical traps in terms of how you detect them.
Yep.
And I don't think very many of us have a good arcana. Or at least not like anything insane. I think mine 0. It's straight 0.
Mine's good.
I have
Mine's
plus
really good.
1.
Mine's plus 4.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I keep forgetting not your incubus anymore.
Yeah.
They thought it was funny.
I thought that I thought that last week because I didn't roll for the wild magic table, and then realised he wasn't. He was a fighter, just casting all sorts of spells rather than he was a sorcerer.
Great. Here comes thunderstorms. Hope I don't lose my power.
Okay,
If I do, good night, everybody.
Bye bye.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing? At the moment, you're probably 100 foot away from the entrance to this mansion. You see two double doors in front of you. You're standing behind some sort of iron gates that are ajar. You see some large stone walls and some large foliage either side of the path leading up.
The foliage, like, is it right up against the walls, or is it like?
Yeah, literally the only place where there isn't this tall foliage is the pathway leading up to the house.
So, like, could I climb up either the wall or a tree right next to the wall to kind of get a better view into the compound?
Make me an athletics check.
I can do that.
Yeah. Say you're a sneaky snake. Maybe this will be something you're good at.
No, I'm not good at anything. You're forgetting that. A 16 total.
Okay, so you sort of
Not
jump
bad.
up,
Die.
you pull yourself up onto the wall. You're standing on top of the wall, 15, 16 foot high now, I guess, in terms of where you are.
What's
Well,
on
that makes you
me?
10 foot. Hold on, 14 foot or so high. You know, you're quite tall yourself, but
Yeah, I know.
you're
Yeah.
jumping.
I also have the magic spell jump, so I.
Oops.
Whoa. All right.
Wow.
Good roll.
Wait.
Could have done with that earlier.
Yeah.
You see grass. You see
So
a lot of, or foliage. You see a lot of foliage. You see, you can see round the side of the house is clear where there's sort of a pathway round it.
That roll is me
looks-
trying to knock 25 off the
You can
wall.
also see
think you did it.
lots of
Twice
vines
over.
covering stonework of the house to the side where you're sort of looking in the front. Tall foliage. That's pretty much what you can see.
Okay. I'll tell them that it looks all clear. And hop down the other side into
So
the
Ravina is like,
compound.
should we go?
I already hopped down the other side. I said it was all clear and
You're jumping.
drop down the other side.
into
I'm-
the foliage.
I'm sitting there to wait to see if I hear him scream because he just
You're
jumped.
jumping into the foliage.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like I picture it. I'm just
The Assassin's
kinda
Creed
to
it.
the
He holds his arms
side.
out and dive flips into it.
No, I
Turns
kind of
out
picture
it was-
I climb the wall to the side of the gate, so I just kind of go down the other side.
Okay, back onto the path.
Right.
Okay, all right. So you're back on the path. She kind of squeezes through the gate and starts walking down the path as well. I take it the rest of you follow. Nothing seems to.
Yeah,
have
I'm
occurred.
just,
Yeah.
I'm kind of just a
Mhm.
follower right now. I'm providing much in terms of.
Okay, so you sort of wander in. You walk pretty much the length of the pathway as you get closer to the door. Roll me some perception.
Yep. Cain is currently just replaying over and over the events transpired in his very painful vision. And still managed to get a 14 somehow.
Okay.
So I mean,
Not
What do the
bad.
rest of you get?
I was a 20.
Okay.
I'm apparently more perceptive whenever I'm
Yeah.
not paying attention.
So
I
as
got
you
a
walk up
10 or 9.
As you walk up to the door, an ornate double doors.
Good work, guys.
They're
Thank you.
free
Yeah.
of they're free of vines that cover the rest of the building. There are a dozen or so runes burned onto the wooden door. You ponder for a few seconds. You know that runes tend to be signify traps or magical protection of things. You know, and you walk up to the door. That's pretty much what you do.
So we walk up to the door and we see runes.
Yeah, you see about 12 or so runes on the door.
Alright.
And it's closed.
It's closed.
Gonna do an Arcana check on the runes.
Okay.
If I know what they are.
Good call.
12.
You haven't seen anything like this before.
Mhm.
You know, you've not really seen a huge amount of runes in your time. You've seen some, These
Right.
don't look anything like the runes that you've seen before.
These are not the runes you're looking for.
Anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm finding out that apparently it's National Cheeseburger Day.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, Kyle was telling me that earlier.
Yeah.
What the crap is National Cheeseburger Day?
No idea, but I'm going to Burger King for dinner.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. We hear that from inside the house. Nice
Yeah.
thunder.
You hear that from outside the house as you stand admiring the runes. You
Still
watch,
going.
You watch
Yeah.
as some of the tall grass starts to.
Thunder. Oh.
You hear loud, thundering footsteps
Oh, okay.
as a giant
Dicks.
rhinoceros
Oh.
appears through the tall grass, literally almost as tall as the grass. Dark black in color, just turns towards you, maybe about 30 foot away or so, staring at you at the doorway.
Hi, buddy.
I don't know about you guys, but that's the oddest pet I've ever seen.
As you say that, it starts to rear back. You see its foot start to move along the path, pushing dust backwards. You see its head start to shake from side to side. Looks a little angry.
I kind of put my hands up.
Good luck, Ravina. Push. Oh.
I kind of put my hands up, kind of just, I'm like, all right, buddy, it's okay, and kind of slowly walk towards it a little bit, trying to do.
You got a good animal handling, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to do a little animal handling and kind of soothe it.
Roll me. an
Jesse,
animal
we're
handling.
relying on you. This is the
Yeah.
one time that you can't.
I
F
can
up.
do it. 15 total.
I thought that was going to be a 2.
For a second, as you're getting maybe 2 or 3 foot closer, it looks at you, tilts its head sideways, and you think for a second that you are making progress. And then it sort of snorts, and this snot and phlegm comes out of its mouth. And again, it sort of shakes its head and rears its horn downwards. As you look, there's a 3 or 4 foot long horn on the head of this rhino. It's huge, and it's suddenly pointing towards you.
I will do my best to do a snot rocket as well to kind of make him feel at ease and more.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Gonna say roll for intimidation.
I'm still gonna kind of slowly, presenting my hands.
Okay, I don't know what you're about to say. I'm gonna
Yeah.
slowly present myself to the rhinoceros.
I'm gonna turn around and
Yep.
bend over. No,
I saw
When
the
he had it was
3
3
horn.
foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
That's what did
smaller
it.
than my usual, but
but make
Okay.
do.
Roll me another animal handling check, I guess.
All right,
getting ballsy
this
now.
one's gonna be better. No, it's not.
5.
Oh.
5 plus my inspiration. Right, I get inspiration.
It's worn off.
No,
It has a
I
10-minute
You
limit.
don't get any inspiration.
It still wouldn't have helped.
know.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? Because this rhino looks like he's about to charge towards you. 25. It's given its warning, and it's kind of sort of moving into a I'm about to sprint form.
I'm gonna yell everybody inside. I'm gonna charge in.
Guys, I think it likes me.
Wait, inside like a building or inside like
It inside the house.
Okay, so it's not like Jim Carrey in The Big Rhino.
No.
Roll me.
Like
me,
greatest scene in that movie.
Everybody roll me a DC athletics check.
Okay.
All right. What is my Oh, okay, good. I have good athletics.
I have +3 athletics, so I got a 13.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, because it's strength. Duh. I've got a great strength.
I got a 13 as well.
Okay. What did you get, Torb?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I got a 13, but Kyle just
Yeah.
failed.
I did.
As you all turn and you open the doors, Cain, sorry, Torb, nothing seems to happen, actually. The doors just swing open. You all bundle inside the house. You're still standing, sort of holding the door open. As you do, you turn and close the doors. As you close them, you hear it lock.
That'll
But
stop
at that
him.
point, as it does, you watch a horn burst through the door and straight into your midriff.
Ow.
You take
Oh God.
Yeah.
12 points of damage, piercing damage, as this horn just completely sort of cleaves through the door and straight into you. At that point, the rhino seems to back away, and all of a sudden, it falls silent outside. As you turn round and look round, you're standing in quite a large hallway. Let me just move you guys over here.
So this is like that scene from Jurassic Park 3, right? Where they're running from like the Spinosaurus and they close that just like one wooden door and lock it and it manages to stop him. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the horn seemed to retract from the door, and then there was silence.
Okay.
And then an eye appeared for no. And then it was just silence. There was
You
nothing.
see the pupil dilate.
Yeah.
God, that scene was so good,
and
dude.
then you
Guys,
hear
I
Cain,
beat the rhino.
then you hear Cain say, "Clever girl."
As a raptor jumps on me.
So
You
as
hear
you turn
Torb
around,
say,
you're
"Ow."
standing in this large hallway. I don't think I've given you any characters on this, but you're essentially in room number 1 here.
Okay.
So this
Yeah.
room here. You step into the main foyer, the main hallway. The first floor is directly in front of you. There's a closed door to your left, and a stairwell to your right, leading onto the second floor.
Are we
Your
about to play
attention-
Clue?
Your attention is immediately drawn to the doorway beneath the stairs, which is this one over
That's where Harry
here.
Potter
Over there.
lives.
Yes. Beat me to it.
You begin to start hearing a knocking on the other side of the door. A boom,
It's Dobby.
a boom, a boom. Just a constant knocking.
Dobby's got a
which
drum set.
seems no sign of stopping.
He's throwing cake around. What was it? Pudding?
I don't remember.
Trifle?
I don't either.
You probably have a much greater knowledge of Harry Potter than I do.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I mean, obviously we need to avoid the door because the rhinoceros snuck in the basement.
Guys, he just wanted to be friends. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to think. So
Tell that to like the hole in my chest.
yeah, the fact that it looks like he's from like an episode of freaking DBZ.
Yeah.
I'll
the
lean
hole.
down to the hole in the chest. Guys, I think he was just trying to be a friend.
It's like echoing back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys on what we do because I've got my goal in mind, and also what's her face? Grey Wire. What's that her surname?
Yeah, so Ravina.
Yeah, Grey
All right.
Wire.
Well,
Ravana.
who wants to?
I don't
check
know
out-
if she has something planned since she's the one that planned this expedition.
No, she
Yeah.
seems kind of as surprised by you as to what's occurred. The giant rhino was a bit off-putting.
Okay.
The fact that you've walked into what appears to be a very isolated manor. No one seems to be around apart from a banging door in the baby
Yeah.
and a baby crying.
That's in the back
Anyway.
room. Yeah.
They're the only things you can hear. No, just this banging door. That's the only thing that's happening in this place. That you know, as you look around, doors are closed, stairs seem still, dust is settling on floors and stuff. But this door is just continually banging in this steady rhythm.
So, at the exception of the creepy room, I asked Ravina a little bit about herself. Try and find out who we're exploring with now,
Okay.
because I kind of broke my concentration of what I've been lost in after the whole rhino thing happened, and I see Torb get freaking his stomach ripped, like impaled.
So,
So,
Ravina,
yeah.
come here often?
And so I kind of just feel like I should find out who exactly Ravina is, since we're trusting her to.
So she goes on to
Yeah.
say that she is a bard. She travels around a lot, and obviously with that she hears a lot of stories. And being a bard doesn't tend to pay the bills. So she often finds herself on these sorts of adventures where she is trying to supplement her income with stuff she can sell to make ends meet.
Okay.
She heard this story when she was in Karasari, which is the capital of the I think Jordan might have gone. She is the capital of the elves.
No.
And when she heard the story, she started asking questions about the story, and some people seem to believe in it, and that's the kind of lead that she tends to follow, because a lot of the time there could be riches in it for her.
But yeah, I might have almost crashed there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good enough. So, who wants to check out the knocking door? 1, 2, 3, not it.
He kind of points at the door.
I'm also curious if she's heard of the staff
Okay.
of ChibiKy.
Shinobi. Shuriken.
If she's heard of Shuriken of the Shinobi.
Yeah,
on
she's
Blu-ray.
So you ask her about
not a
the staff
ninja.
directly?
I actually even use it in name if she knows anything about it.
She thinks back. A lot of her information is based on songs and other
So you're
bards
like
and-
humming a chord.
Yeah, but you can tell that she's trying to think back to what she might have heard, and generally that will be in the tales of old heroes and so on and so forth. Doesn't seem to ring a bell.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to.
No, it's not.
Because that was kind of what I was making the way towards, was seeing if she knows anything about that in
Not
particular.
something. And you probably know this based in the fact that you were following this religion. That this sounds like a story that, from what you now know from the father, it sounds like a story that everybody would know who follows your religion, and they
About
know
Edmund
about this
Targaryen.
stuff. Yeah, but it seems like something has been kept back about this story. You know of Edmund Targaryen, and he was the knight of the Holy Knight of Foltest,
Targaryen.
but you don't know much more than he was. He stood up on the earthly plane for everything that Foltest stands for. The stories are that he did Foltest's bidding on this plane. So he was very, very close to that character and that story as a whole. So you know
the
what
tornado siren.
What can go wrong with that tornado? As you stand there, you hear a tornado siren coming from the door. What are you guys doing?
And Jordan gets sucked up out.
Woo! Oh.
I do believe
well, I
Cain
guess it's time to.
Well, I mean, right now, everybody else is losing the not it game.
I'm learning fun stuff. It's up to you guys if you want to go open the door.
This is my trip.
Okay, at that point, Sarya just sort of sighs to herself and walks over to the door.
We all huddle together like Scooby-Doo.
You're all standing behind. You're all standing about 10 foot away, and she reaches down and she grabs hold of the handle and she starts to pull the door. Door begins to open, gets about 2 or 3 foot ajar, and then slam shut.
Door, not a jar.
And then slam shut. You see,
he opens it in a jar, closes the door again, Jesse.
Sarya starts to pull on this door, and it won't budge. She's like, "Someone come and help."
It's a push door, Sarya.
I'll go help.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
What is
with advantage?
Oh, maybe I should try this one.
Same. Jordan, you know who would love this place?
Because Sarya is also helping.
What'd you say, Kyle?
20.
There you go. You know who would love this place?
Sarya?
Ricardo?
No, Ulu.
Oh.
As you pull the door.
Yeah.
As you pull the door, it just flies open. You look inside. It's empty. It's completely empty. There's nothing in there. Apart from on the floor in the center of the room is a skull. Appears to be a human skull.
Is it glowing as if like it's a quest item? So it's like flashing and
big
glowing.
question mark over his head.
Exactly.
Yeah. As you look a little bit closer at it, you see carved into the forehead of this skull the waxing crescent moon, the symbol of the waxing crescent moon.
Holy crap! This was a communist.
Where's the hammer?
Yeah.
Where's the hammer?
See, it's like a sickle.
Moon.
What are you guys doing?
Someone should probably grab the skull.
Go ahead, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
No. No, thank you.
If there's one thing I've learned from Indiana Jones, it's don't touch the skull, because if you do, it's going to make a bad movie.
All
All right, I tell
Yeah, but this one isn't crystal though.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Doesn't
you can grab
matter.
it.
I tell everybody to stand back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
Lulu would have loved this too.
yeah.
Ooh, a skull.
Yeah.
Convinced he's now a rhino.
Yeah. I'm gonna use Mage Hand Scott to pick up the skull.
Okay. So you cast Mage Hand from your belt. The hand appears from your crutch.
Yep.
And heads over. And as it does, grabs hold of the skull and picks it up.
And it pulls it back directly to his crotch, and now he has a god piece.
Sort of floats over towards you, in front of you. As you inspect it, it doesn't look to be magical or anything. It just looks to be a skull with a carved shape on its head.
Cain, can't you like tell if it's bad or something?
Nope.
Okay.
I can tell if there's like a fiend or something around, but I can't really tell if a skull was
Good or evil.
What if it's a malevolent spirit? Melissa should.
Maleficent spirit.
What if it's Maleficent?
Yes.
What if it's Melissa
Fant
from
from
the actress?
what was that show?
I don't know.
Oh, from the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Nick, Clarissa. I'm thinking Clarissa, not Melissa.
What if it's a clitoris?
What if it's a? The clitoris is a myth, Jordan. We all know this.
What if it's someone named Melissa's clitoris? I should inspect it.
The clitoris is a false news told to us by all the snowflakes out there, Jordan.
You mean white people?
Yes.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Okay.
Jordan, that was about 214 if you want to cut that. Your choice.
Why would I cut it? I'm a white people.
All right.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Maleficent.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'll just put the skull in my
So you touch
my
the
bag.
skull?
What?
You touch the skull?
Well, didn't you say I was looking at it, or was that like my mage hand?
It's on your mage hand, just right in front of you.
I'll have my mage hand place it into a bag.
So you open your bag, the mage hand gently places it in there, you close the bag up.
You gotta love when that happens. The GM's like, so you do this? No. No, I don't.
The funny part is, it's now in his bag, so like 2 sessions from now, he's gonna forget about it. Go to reach into his bag. Accept.
What are you guys doing?
Or it'll be like, it's the skull of giving full plate mail.
The rest of the room, this room is completely empty.
Completely.
Yeah, literally just in the center of the room was this skull. Nothing in there whatsoever.
Okay. I'm wandering back away from that place now.
Yeah.
Okay. What now?
Well, now we check room 2.
Okay. So you head over to room 2. You just opening the door?
Yes, I'll walk over and open the door.
So you open the door, it swings open. In front of you is a 15 by 15 foot room. Admittedly, the drawing doesn't look like that.
No. It looks like a 15 by 20.
All right, you fucking draw it. No.
It has 15 1 by 1 foot gelatinous cubes.
The material and the quality of the sofa and the chairs and stuff in the room is incredible. They're engraved wood. Seems to be really high quality. On a table in the middle of the room is a glass decanter glowing with a violet liquid inside.
Okay.
That's it.
There's a vial with a violet colored liquid.
Yep. So all you see in the room. Nice furniture. Right in the center of the room is a table with just this glass decanter.
We should let the skull drink it.
Violet liquid.
No, I feel like somehow we need to gather every object in the rooms without touching them and then put them all together.
It's a click and point adventure.
It is. It's exactly what this is.
I would like to combine the skull.
Yeah. That's exactly. That's kind of what I'm.
It with the next thing.
That's exactly how I'm thinking about this right now. How to do it.
Then it creates a super boss that we kill, and then we get the ultimate sword.
It's a rhino.
This is the second one. It opens a portal, and the rhino makes his way into the house.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So the skull's got the scars on his head. So that could be Alphonse the wizard. I know it's not Alphonse, but
The skull had a crescent moon.
oh right, the communist. Then
Yeah.
yeah, it was probably him.
Kami skull.
You mean Red Skull?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna get the vial into the bag as well.
How long does Mage Hand last?
I'll just walk up with the bag and just kind of scoop it in.
Okay. It is a decanter, but okay.
As it splashes all into all your other
Make
stuff.
me a.
Is it? Oh, is it open? So
It's a
it's open.
decanter, so it's got a sort of a corking type stop, which isn't, from my experience with decanters, they're not fastened to the top. They are sort of placed on top. Potentially, not necessarily, but what are you doing? Are you trying to put it in the bag?
I'm checking Mage Hand real quick.
Okay, I think it might be for a while.
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Mage Hand potentially is still just crawling around behind you, waiting to go back into your
Skitters
crotch.
is confused by it. He thinks it's another
trying to,
spider.
like play with it.
It lasts 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh.
Hurry,
You
grab it!
say
Yeah.
Just about within that spell. So you
All right.
quickly send the hand over, it picks it up, and it kind of puts it in the bag beside the skull. Gingerly, it puts it in the bag. You haven't affected too much that's in
Then
there.
Torb runs out, just dragging the bag behind him.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? There appears to be not a huge lot in this room. It seems to be sort of essentially a sitting room, a table and some chairs.
Is there anything else importance in one, like just the main lobby type living room
No,
space?
that was just a large foyer. That's sort of the first room that you come into. It's a very
Okay.
large room.
Well, then the next room, I guess, along the path would be 3, and then probably 5.
Okay.
So
you head down to the next room. Who's going?
I want to check around that area just to make sure it's safe.
Okay.
If there's a way to.
Roll me some perception.
Okay. That's 18.
Okay.
Nice.
You check around the door. You check the floor.
Do the
See.
dinosaur.
Seems fine. Doesn't seem to be any traps around.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dinosaur's outside.
Get up, get up, get up.
It's the rhino, Scott.
I didn't see any rhinos in Jurassic Park. Is all I'm saying.
Everybody
Or
do the
did I?
rhinosaur.
Right. So you opening the door?
For 3? Yeah.
Yeah. So you open the door into a large room. A finely crafted dining table dominates the center of the room. Sitting in each of the chairs around the table are the skeletal remains dressed in. Shockingly, the head of each of the dinner guests is missing. Set out in front.
Yeah.
Set out in front of each of the skeletons is a large plate with a dome cover over it. The table also adorns some fine cutlery with 2 silver candelabras. On the south wall is a large painting of a full moon.
What's in
Aha.
the box? What's in the box? Guys, I think their heads are on the plate.
That's what you got out of that?
Their heads are on the plates.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, Kyle.
No, I was just telling
Oh.
25 that he's right.
Oh, okay.
I got the moon's reference, but I
so
don't know what
we-
to do with it.
So we see room 4, right?
Room
Like-
4. Yeah,
Like
you
the
can
door there.
Yeah,
the
that's,
doorway. Yeah.
I didn't know if there was like a secret like thing blocking that, or
No,
if we
it's,
didn't know.
it's a door to another room.
Okay, so there's.
I'll go ahead and open the door to room 4.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Are,
If you
are you
open the
guys
door-
not gonna look under the domes?
Go ahead. 25.
Yeah.
We've all searched things. Where have you been?
Be my guest.
I'll look
Be my
under one of the
guest.
domes.
Okay, you pick up the first dome. Seems to have nothing underneath it.
Hmm. Okay.
You
Put
got
it back
3 more.
down.
Okay.
Right, you said there was
Um,
4?
There's 8, I think.
Oh, 8.
I just
wow.
checked the one.
There's 8. Okay. As you open the door, Kyle, you see a 20 by 20 area that has long tables with benches that run for the length of the room, pretty much. At one point, the tables were laid out with platters of meat and vegetables and cheese and fruit, but this is long since spoiled.
Right.
Now a blanket of mold and dust covers the feast. Someone appears to have gone to the trouble of setting up a dozen larger-than-life stone statues of rats throughout the room. There are three amidst the moldy food. They're sort of on the tabletop. One is on a bench, perched with his hind legs, sort of looking up on the table, and there's another couple underneath the table.
So these are like large statues? Are they like
Large statues of rats.
like human size or like kid size?
Large, as in larger than a normal rat, but
Okay.
How?
So not
like-
large as in compared to us, though.
Yeah.
no, they're sort of, I guess, giant.
Okay, because
rats,
that's
which
what
is
I
still-
thought you meant was like
Yeah,
bigger
which
than
is
us.
still what 3 or 4 foot rather than a foot, if that, I guess.
How
if a rat is a
realistic?
foot. They
are
look.
they?
Roll me a perception check.
19 total.
They look pretty realistic.
Like pretty realistic.
I'm gonna do an
or, like-
Arcana check on them.
Okay.
They look
Good
like they
roll.
could have
Arcana
once
check.
again been real rats.
Okay,
Based
that's
on
what
what-
I'm.
Based on what 25 is seeing, they look like they
Serious?
possibly
Wow.
could have been.
Uh-oh.
I got
Real.
an
Got,
8.
like, dire
Um,
rats
Mhm.
or something.
Yeah.
You look around the
Giant
room. You
rat.
can't sense anything magical. Kyle.
Right.
Should
I mean, at this point, I'm taking that you're all standing in the doorway, looking in.
And I don't really want to walk in. Have I walked in yet, or am I just like looking through the doorway?
I'm saying that you're all standing in the doorway, looking
All right.
into the room. Like a
Should
like
we
an
break
episode of-
all of the statues
Well,
now?
Actually, I
I
had.
was
when
thinking about that, but I'm not sure if we walk in,
Yeah, I
the
know.
statues come to life.
When I went to
Or-
look at the statues, I pictured it actually walking up to one of them and stuff. So I'm in the room somewhere.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll everybody.
Oh,
roll me
okay.
some initiative. Everybody, roll me some initiative.
Damn.
I was about to say we could go back and
You
come back. to
could
this
have held
later,
off for
but
a
okay.
second earlier, Jesse. I was gonna say we
I'm
have
being truthful. I was.
That's fair enough.
true.
And that's cool and all, but why'd you walk in?
Yeah.
Just to look at the rats. They look lifelike. It
And
might
look
be-
at them from
there
a
might be-
distance.
I mean, can you tell a lifelike?
We couldn't
statue
even
from
get you to
evidence
go
of
in the skull room.
petrification?
Yeah.
Then you see rat statues, you're like, oh, what's that? And you run in.
Yeah, well, you know.
That's odd. So on roll 20, it says I rolled a
It
10.
says 17, but I see it.
Yeah, on my screen it says 17.
I see it. I think it's like kind of frozen because it's almost diagonal.
Yeah.
So the dice must have glitched up.
You know what, guys? Can we just let it go?
I'll still take it. I got
Just give it
yeah, I got a 12.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to respect what the thing on the right says. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Anybody else?
I got
9 total.
8.
Total?
Yeah, because I don't have a plus or minus.
Oh dear. Okay. So as you walk in, 25. Roll me
Yep.
a Constitution save.
Oh boy.
Okay. In total.
Okay. You walk in. As you walk in, nothing seems to happen. You walk up to the rats. Nothing seems to be happening, and then then you watch as 4 of the 5 rat statues, 6 rat statues turn into real rats, and turn
Nice.
and go to attack you, they actually rolled the highest initiative out of all of you. So they're all going to take a bite at you. Sort of
Guys,
moving up,
I think they're real rats.
moving up onto the table, and attempting to bite
How big
you.
is this room again?
This room is
What do you say, 20 by 20, something
20
like
by
that?
20, so
Okay,
it's fairly close quarters, and there's a table in the way. It's kind of, there's not a huge amount of room to maneuver in here. First one rolls a 3.
Hits.
Second one rolls a natural 20.
That does hit.
Yeah, that one misses.
Third one rolls a natural 20.
Well, good.
That one
I think I
hits.
Rats
say it was-
OP, please nerf.
Did
Yeah.
I say it was 3 or 4?
You said 4.
Said it was
Said 4 out of the 6.
4.
And last one rolls a 12.
No. So 2 hit. Critical.
Rats OP, please nerf.
Yep.
You take 37 damage.
Then again, I guess that Wraith kind of was too. If I would have attacked one of you guys that didn't have the bonus with a crit, it could have one hit you.
No, actually,
Okay.
I had something in plan in case it hit me.
Yeah, he
Oh.
knew what he was doing.
I did too, but I kept forgetting to use my rebuke.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 8 points of damage from the first one.
Okay.
Not bad.
And 4 points of damage from the second. as he-
Okay.
Okay, so that was the rats go. Torb, you're up.
Doesn't Jesse go before me?
I
Yeah,
rolled
we
a
can
9. I think I'm
Oh.
last.
We can say
You go
it
before
was-
I do.
We'll say it was
Okay.
you two. We'll say that 25 was in the first round of combat, and then you guys are coming to join because he walked into the room and saw it all happen. So you have your attack.
All right. Well, they're all around me, I'm assuming. So
Yeah,
that
apart
means
from the
I
two
can't-
that are still stone, one of them sitting on the
Right.
bench, one of them's under the table, the others are all standing sort of on or around the table near you, sort of within melee distance.
Dagger.
Okay.
That is 10 total to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't really dance out of the way or anything. So.
Okay, so now we'll go back to the normal run of initiative, but we'll start with you, Torb.
All right. I guess I will go inside and attack the closest rat towards me.
Okay. So you walk into the room, heading over towards the first rat in front of you. It's on the side of the table, sort of teeth showing towards 25.
I must have cut out because I heard Kyle say, "I'm going to go inside the first rat in front of me," and then I was sitting here wondering why no one reacted
No,
to
that's
that.
definitely what he said.
Okay,
Assume.
All right.
So,
I'm going to go inside this rat.
That
Okay,
would be
16 hits.
all
you
right.
went all inside that rat.
That would be 11 damage.
Oh, I remember what I was going to look up now. So roll
Okay.
this.
Jordan, you're up.
Cool. See, I use Dreadful Aspect, which is anyone I pick or everyone I pick within 30 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw. If they're in an area where they can see me, which they would be because we're all in the same room.
Okay.
On a fail, the enemy is frightened of me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So they got to see if they're afraid of me.
Okay.
So all of them I pick all of them.
Apart from the two that are stone.
Well, all the rats that are fighting us.
Yeah, so, okay. Rat number 1 rolls a 5.
Okay, and I
second
gotta
one
see
is-
what the spell level is. They're trying to beat 14.
So the first one fails, the second one makes it, third one fails, and the fourth one makes it. So two of them are clearly scared by you. Have you walked into the room? Are you still standing in the doorway? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm standing there, but I can go ahead and move in by like Kyle.
Okay,
Or
so
Torb.
you've moved into the room as well, and these rats are clearly a bit or in fear of you as you stride into the room. Sarya is going to have her turn. She's going to inspire 25, who's just taken some damage. So she's like, "Come on, you can deal with them. They're only rats."
Hey, they are only rats. You're right.
And then I need to know the spell for Vicious Doodah.
Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mock, yeah.
Wisdom save of 13.
Do we know what the damage is?
2d4. I believe. Let me double check. You roll your to hit and or your wisdom.
Okay.
We got
One.
English 3
Okay.
negative.
She's like,
Is it okay?
rat
It
face.
is that? But yeah.
Yeah. Well, when she reaches
Oh,
5th level.
Unless
Yeah,
it says
5th
otherwise.
level, it gets more.
So I add charisma to it or something.
Not to the damage, no. Just as 1d4.
Okay. So she does 2 damage to the same rat that you hit. Still seems to be standing. He's still frightened, but does take some offence to what Sari's just said. She's still standing outside the room, and now you're up. Oh no, the rats are up again.
Scott, the one that got hit has disadvantage.
Okay, well it failed either way. So.
Oh, it failed. Oh, okay. I
yeah.
thought it hit.
So the first rat rolls a 7, the second rat rolls a 1, the third rat rolls a 5, and the fourth rat rolls a 12.
I say another 20.
25.
All at me, all miss.
Okay.
Nice.
Torb, you're back up.
25's the tank.
They are just Mises.
Yeah. Take another swing at the rat.
I'll get
45
Mises.
tank.
Okay. The
That'd
same
be
one or a different
11.
one?
Same one.
Or a different one? 11 misses. You doing anything else, or is that it?
Actually, that would be... that'd be 13. Yeah.
Okay, 13 hits.
Keep forgetting that since I leveled up my... So my bonuses went up.
No.
For 8 damage.
Okay, so the first rat you slice forward, and it kind of just slices in half on your blade and slides into 2 on the moldy food table next to its rat friends.
Skitter starts munching at some of the mold.
Nice.
Okay, 25. You are up.
All right. Well, I guess I'm slashing away at one of the ones near me.
Just like Guns N' Roses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
19 to hit.
That hits.
Right. So that is +2 plus death. So 2, 8. 8 damage.
Nice. So you slice across the back of the rat. See a wound open up.
And it grows a pair of wings.
Cain, you are up.
Okay, I attack one with my axe.
Okay. Your giant 2-handed axe.
Uh-huh.
On a rat. Okay.
I'm gonna right on top of it, like put the axe to kind of fit an execution style on it. So that is like 20 something, 22, 20,000. Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah.
That is 8 damage or 9 damage. Sorry, it's
Okay.
+3. I was adding my.
You slice the axe down, and you kind of pretty much slice a quarter of it off. It's still alive. It looks pretty bad, but it's still teeth are still showing. And...
When do we get bonus proficiency?
Mm.
Well, is that
for me, it's level 5.
5?
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah. I couldn't remember, but yeah, I think it's 5.
Yeah, it goes up by 1.
I also get
Okay.
an extra attack next level.
Same.
Uh,
You okay?
no.
At that point, Carla is going to
Step on one.
into the room and cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, shit.
Thunder Wave would affect you.
That's
lot,
gonna
though,
hit us,
wouldn't
isn't it? Yeah.
it? Yeah. And there's probably no way of getting far enough away from them and not you.
Probably not.
So she's probably going to fire a crossbow at it.
Okay.
At one of them.
I mean, hurting us didn't stop her last time.
And she hits and does 4 damage to it. Crossbow bolt pierces through the one that you were just hit, Jordan, through the sort of the half of its body that's still left, and just sort of flies it across the room.
I stick like one half to the ground with my axe, the other half gets ripped out by the arrow.
That one is dead.
Yeah.
And we're back to the rats. Now I need everybody who's in the room to make me a
sandwich.
A Constitution save, please.
Uh-oh, we're gonna turn into rats.
I don't want to be a rat.
Oh, dude, I actually rolled well.
Okay, how does that show an 18, but it's actually a 7?
Oh, so I didn't roll well? Oh, no, I did. I got an 18.
You did.
I rolled well
9
as well.
total.
Okay.
You're looking. So I got a 19 total.
So, Cain,
I got 18.
Sorry?
I got 18.
Nothing happens to you. 25. You feel your body, a familiar feeling at this moment.
Oh, he's going stone.
You feel your body start to seize up as you turn to stone.
Guys, it's happening again.
It's happening.
Okay.
Someone's vibrator's going off.
That was a motorbike. So the rats. I think we're back to the rats go. The rats are going to seeing.
What's our friend doing?
She's standing in the doorway, kind of watching at this moment.
Oh, yeah, she hasn't done anything.
Doing nothing.
You get the feeling that she is not accustomed to too much combat.
You get the feeling the DM forgot about her.
No, she has rolled initiative, but the other issue is that there's a lot of people standing in the doorway in a fairly tight area, so she's just struggling to get forward. The rats.
She could support.
The rats have
sent some
one
inspiration
of them,
out.
As you were watching Jesse turn to stone. One of the rats that was stone becomes unstone. One of the rats that was in normal form turns back to stone.
Torb, we should probably leave the room and close the door and hope that one of the rats gets turned to unstone.
Agree.
The rats, there's 2 of them that are currently up. They're going to attack Torb, who's the next closest. First one rolls a 3. Second one rolls an 18.
That will hit.
And does 3 points of damage to you.
Okay. What happens to the ones that I'm that are terrified of me right now?
Only one of them is still alive. And he's just been turned to stone. Okay. Torb, you're up.
So he's going to be a statue of being afraid of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way I like it.
I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and attack the rat in front of me.
Okay. So at the moment you've got 2 rats which are alive.
I thought that was going to be a 20.
2 of that stone. That misses.
Yeah, that's miss. I'm gonna run out the room.
Okay. So one of the rats is going to get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yep.
As you go to run away, and he rolls an 18. So you take another 2 points of damage as you turn to run away. It bites onto your lower back as you bolt out of the room.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna
25.
Wait until everybody leaves and then shut the door.
Okay. 25 is your turn, but you're stone.
Can I roll inspiration to unstone?
No. but you probably could have added that inspiration to your save.
Probably.
Good work.
Thank you.
Cain, you're up.
Okay.
So there's 2 rats that are still up.
Crap. What's Jesse rolling?
I just
His
wanted to see if that
inspiration.
would help.
I try and kill a rat.
Okay.
That's 15. Unless my
Hits.
number says otherwise.
No,
It
you're
doesn't
good.
pop up on the screen for me,
Says
so I
10.
don't.
Yeah. you're
Okay,
good.
cool. Oh, there it goes. It popped up funny.
You could re-roll that.
Yes, I can. Woo.
Nice.
11.
Okay. So you swing into the next one. It takes quite a hefty beating with this axe. As it sort of, you actually turn it sideways, and instead of slicing it, it kind of almost squashes it against the table.
Good. Well,
but
while
it's-
it's distracted, I also leave the room.
Okay. You were slightly just out of range of it. You were, from actually for you, is your weapon 5 foot?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does get an attack of opportunity, and does 3. Oh no, it doesn't attack. Rolls a 9.
Hey, I didn't get hit.
Nice. Good job.
You turn and run out of the room as well. Okay, so at this moment in time, the only person in the room is 25, who's a statue.
Yeah.
Sarya's standing on the edge of the door, so she's going to cast Vicious Mockery again. This time she misses. She's going to save her inspiration since all of you are standing outside the room.
We'll be back later, 25.
Yeah.
Ravina's going to move forward and fire, pull out a crossbow and fire it towards them. As she does, she misses. You watch the bolt just fly and pin into the back of the wall.
Bounces off me.
Okay, whilst are you all just sort of closing the door? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys close the door. You wait for a few seconds. 25. Roll me a Constitution save.
13 total.
You want to add that inspiration?
I don't know if I can add that inspiration.
It still
Like it-
exists. Yeah. Why not?
I mean, it wouldn't have dissipated yet. That fight, in terms of what's happened, has been like 20 seconds.
Mm.
16 total then.
Okay, so you feel as your
29.
form starts to
12.
transfer back into your normal form. As it does, your eyes open and you watch a rat that's in front of you turn to stone. You also watch a second rat that was stone turn back to rat.
Turn back to rat.
And as it does, it lunges towards you and attacks.
Of course it does.
And self-destructs.
The
Yeah.
first one rolls a 14,
No.
and the second one rolls a 19.
Yes.
And it does 6 damage as it bites into you.
All right.
Okay.
I scream
Torb.
a manly scream.
Okay, Torb, you're up.
25 spec.
Yep. I'm gonna.
Because I hear.
Yeah. I'll open up the door.
Okay, you open up the door and you see a couple of rats standing on the table. One
Yeah.
rat that was quite harshly beaten is now turned to stone, and 2 rats standing snarling at 25.
25, you need to get out of there.
From the doorway. How far away are the rats?
Probably about 15 foot.
All right. Gonna chuck my hammer at one of them.
Okay.
And then I actually tell him in character once he's done to make sure to step back so other people can move up and do the same thing.
That would be 16.
Okay.
I believe that hits. Right. Be 6 damage.
Okay. So you throw the hammer, it smacks into the rat. Rat rolls across the table a little bit and stands back up, and your hammer returns to your hand. You do
Yep.
anything else?
Gonna kind of step out of the doorway and
Okay.
tell 25 to get out of the room.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get it. It's not...
25, you're up.
Gonna nope the fuck out of that room.
Okay, you've got 2 rats within 5 foot of you.
I was say you're going to attack one as you run out. Try and
I was
finish one
gonna,
off.
I was gonna attack one once I'm clear of the room. I attack
Okay.
better with the bow than my
Okay,
dagger.
so they both take bites at you. First
Yep.
one rolls a 19. What the hell? Second one rolls a 19.
Okay, yeah.
Rats OP,
First one
please
does-
nerf.
Yeah.
First one does 2 damage. Second one does 5 damage as they both bite as you turn to run out of the room.
Okay.
As you get to the doorway, you turn and you knock an arrow,
I
line up
do.
an arrow with one of the ones that just bit at you.
Yes, sir. I do indeed.
That hits.
Damn. Oh, nice. That is 7 damage.
Okay. So you turn and fire this arrow, and it glances off sort of the side, but going through the shoulder of the rat, causing some damage.
Nice.
Okay. Cain, you're up.
Okay. I also fire my sweet crossbow through the door,
Okay.
which, by the way, is the first time I'm firing it without disadvantage. So prepare for me to roll a crit fail.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Almost a crit fail.
I'll take
Nope.
that too. 19.
That hits.
Almost a crit. Good crit.
What is the 1d8?
Plus dex if you're proficient.
I don't have any dex at 0,
Alright.
so 4.
So you line up the crossbow. It feels a bit weird using it, and you line it up and you fire it, and you thought you were going to miss, but it fires straight through the center of the rat, pinning him to the table.
And the recoil kind of pushes him backwards a little bit.
And that's actually going to be one of the only bolts I'm not going to be able to get back, so that's going to bring that number down.
Okay.
I kind of had to verbally tell myself.
Sarya is going to step forward and shoot, and she is also going to hit the only other rat that's not stone. And she does 3 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Ravina is also going to step forward with the crossbow. You're all sort of taking it in turns from the doorway.
Yeah,
step
we
forward.
are.
Yep.
And also, hold on. She fires, and this time it's closer than the last one. Pins in the table beside it. Doesn't hit. We are back to the rats. Okay, they are going to head towards the doorway. They run straight towards, as you're all standing sort of semicircle around the doorway. They run towards Cain, who's standing in the doorway. One attacks at you, Cain, and rolls a 12.
That hits.
And does 6 damage. The other one attacks Sarya and does a 16 and does 3 damage.
Is that the first time she's ever actually gotten hurt?
I think it might
I think
be.
so.
Ah,
Maybe.
screw you, Kala.
She's also still
Yeah.
on her level 3 points, health points, so she's almost dead.
How much does she have?
22 or 18 now, or 19 now, sorry.
Did she never?
Scott's still
didn't
going
give a
off for level 3.
I didn't get the sheet, so
But I
That
thought
sounds
her
like it's
level
level
3 was
2.
a higher than that.
oh,
Yeah.
maybe on my level 2 sheet then.
Oh.
I haven't had any others. So wish her luck, everybody.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, whatevs.
Yeah.
She's just come for the loot. Oh, sorry, the lyre. Okay. So these rats are standing
Or both.
just within the door, just within the doorway. You guys are all standing outside. Torb,
I can't help
Um,
myself. I'm fidgety.
Need a
Yeah.
spinner.
yeah. So they're not coming out of the doorway?
they didn't come out the doorway because you guys were standing in the doorway.
Ah.
Blocking it.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I'll take my halberd out.
Okay. So you guys look around. There's still all this moldy food. There's a few dead rats. There's one rat still turned to stone that looks in pretty bad shape, and then there's 2 rats on the floor. One looks okay. One looks pretty beat up.
I miss. I'm trying to decide if I want to. Oh yeah, I will do my action surge, which
That's what they
I
call
believe
it.
lets me do another action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Burning Hands on the 2 rats.
Okay.
That could help.
Yeah.
Is that a save or is it an attack?
It is a save. They need to make a dexterity save and beat a 14.
Okay, they both fail.
All right. They take 3d6 fire damage, and anything that's not being worn in a 15-foot cone gets set on fire. After
Okay.
I roll my dice.
A 15-foot cone, so you're just hitting the table from where you're standing.
All right.
Well, that's gonna smell great.
Isn't he also what the rats and the table?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
Okay, so
bad.
one of them pretty much just turns to ash as you cast this this fire spell. Second one takes some damage, but is still alive and is sort of writhing in pain a little bit. The table begins to catch light. It starts at the very base of the table, and then you see it start to flow up into the room across the top of the table. You still see the stone rat standing in the middle of the flames, but the fire is starting to spread down the table, down the moldy food. Cain, you're up.
Okay. Is the rat still right by me?
There's one rat right in front of you.
I hit it with my axe.
Mhm.
Okay. That
Did you
hits.
say that you're hitting it from behind with your axe?
No, stand in
No.
front of him.
No.
Plus 3,
Okay.
so 11.
You slice this rat in half.
Nice.
Enjoy, skitters.
What are you guys doing? The room is slowly burning.
I'd like to keep shooting at the one that's stone.
Okay.
Like
Roll me an
destroy
attack.
that one. 20.
That might do it.
It's not a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That hits the stone figure.
Cool.
Roll me some
5 damage.
Okay. Arrow just seems to bounce off it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Guys, do we want to finish that one off or leave it?
I mean, before the room burns up, we're probably gonna have to inspect it.
We're gonna turn to stone if we go in there.
Yeah. So best of
Yeah.
luck,
I'm
25.
not going in there.
Pushes in and closes the door. No, I don't do that.
What are you doing?
I'm not going back in that room. I don't want to be
Do you-
stone again.
Or be
Can I
caught
see
on
anything
fire.
else in the room of importance?
Roll me investigation or perception, please.
That's 20.
37.
18 plus 2.
Okay. You
Nice.
you look around the room, you sort of get down low and try and look under the table, you look on top of the table. All that seems to be in this room is this one statue of a rat that's kind of in a room. The table is now sort of slowly burning. This sort of oak table is burning away slowly. The food is sort of melting and it stinks. The statue still stands there on the table at this moment in time. You can't really see anything else in the room. There doesn't appear to be much. It looks like this was sort of a servant's dining area or something along those lines. It's not, where the rest of the furniture has been high quality. This is just a bog standard table with some food on.
25. If you run in and smash the rat, chances are it won't turn you into stone anymore because it won't have anything else to swish with.
That sounds like a good plan. Why don't you have an axe?
And then,
Go for it.
because I have to close the door. And then, because if you get turned to stone again, we'll just wait till you turn him back to stone.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
No. Have fun. I'm not setting foot in that room again.
Well, Ravina, it looks like we found your first part of the adventure.
She's like, I'm not going in there. Saw that.
Yeah.
He said it a lie.
And we know Sarya would never do it.
No.
Sarya at this moment in time feels like after going into the banging room,
Ooh.
she's done her part for now. She's smoking a fag.
I'm gonna tell Kala that you sent her to the banging room, Scott.
What are you guys doing?
I would like to close the door to the rat room.
Okay. You close the door. As you pull the door to, you hear crackling of wood as it burns away. There's still this horrible stench flowing through the mansion now of
Hopefully the
of
table falls on the
moldy-
rat statue.
moldy burning food. As you go to take a step away, you do hear creaking of wood. That's pretty much it. What are you guys doing now?
Does anybody have a water spell?
No.
I do not. I have
What
no
are you-
spells.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I mean, that's it. There's nothing more we can do in this place. It's done. No. So we're in room 3 again, where there's the people with like the 2 candelabras and
into
the
room
table
3,
and all the people with the.
There's at this moment in time when you look around room 3, there's a large dining table, a painting of a moon at the end of the room. There is 8 unopened domes on the table. However, 25 is open one. There was nothing on.
How is the moon picture like? Is it really on there, or is it one of those things where it's like a loose portrait?
Roll me some investigation.
Investigation. 5.
He's firmly on there.
Okay.
Is there? Can I take a short rest while they're like investigating this room and
You
stuff?
can do. So you. What
Yeah,
you
I'd
doing?
like to also.
Go to room 4 for it.
Oh, okay. I'll take a short rest in room.
I should
four.
also probably take
It's
a
warm
short
in there.
rest.
Okay, so you guys sit
Yeah.
down and you sort of sit down and just take a breather for a few minutes. You have a little chat about what the hell is going on. As you're sitting there talking, you hear a clattering noise, as you can only assume the table has burnt away and everything that was on the table has fallen to the ground in the room next door.
Did the parts of the table fall into the stone rat?
You don't know. You're sitting in a room with the door closed.
But
Well, I
we
don't know if
don't
we hear,
hear
like-
a rat shrieking.
You don't hear anything other than burning.
Okay.
You do smell a horrible smell for the duration of your long rest. A really putrid smell of like stale
Oh, we're
food.
getting a
that's
long
being burnt.
rest?
Of
Takes
your
me
short
back to
rest.
home.
Short.
About an hour or so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do my. I'm
So-
gonna roll 1 hit die.
Okay.
Yeah, roll another one. Serious.
That pretty much sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and roll another one then.
That's 7.
Yeah, they say third one's the trick. There we go. Got it.
There's only 700 more rooms to go.
Yeah, I know, but I still got 1 hit dice left, and an
I have 2 left.
ultra potion or whatever that Kyle gave.
Yeah, I had
Maybe
2
there'll be a
left and-
bedroom. Maybe there'll be a bedroom upstairs.
Maybe.
Um,
I'm also gonna drink a
Maybe
potion.
we could find a room with a bunch of chests in it and take a long rest there. Because that would be a good idea.
Good rolls.
oh, I forgot to mention, in this
That's
room
not
is a
bad.
large rug.
Yeah.
No, okay. So you guys sit down, you chill out, you're sort of resting around, you're looking around the table. Again, you're sitting in a room with 8 finely dressed skeletons without
Yeah.
their heads. With
Yep.
how
Eight.
how
8 was in front of you.
how finely dressed?
Pretty finely dressed. You know, they're noble attire.
Okay.
Are there any skeletons that have a nice outfit that would fit me?
Roll me some perception.
8 total.
There's a skeleton with a fantastic dress on. But no, there's also another skeleton which is wearing almost like a tweed suit, which looks like it might be a little short for you, but it could fit.
I will store that information in the back
Okay.
of my mind for later.
You doing anything else while you're in here?
Jesse means he'll immediately forget after this session.
Yeah.
I'm curious about these damn domes, so I'm gonna go around and check all the domes.
Okay. So you start lifting the domes up one at a time, and as you do, under one of them is a skull. This time with a different crescent engraved on its forehead, just sitting on one of the silver platters on the table in front of it.
Crap. We're gonna have to go back to
Guys?
room 4 and break one of those. That last fucking rat, aren't we?
Might have a skull.
I don't know.
Guys.
Yes, we all have skulls. 25.
Yep.
Roll me.
I
a
won in my
religion-
bag.
Roll me a religion or an arcana check. 25.
You think you're the same on both, aren't you?
Yeah, I believe.
I think it's like +2.
+1.
Oh.
4 total.
Nice.
Definitely a skull.
You think this
Yeah.
is something to do with a moon engraved on its head, but you're not really sure.
Hey guys, there's a moon. I'm gonna pick up the skull and like show them the moon.
Here we
Hey,
go.
guys,
So you pick it up. Nothing
Yeah.
happens. You turn around, show it to him. You open the mouth and said, "I think this is a moon." Nothing seems to happen.
So, is there any differences between the skull and the other skull?
Yeah, different symbol carved on.
Well, yeah. Does it look like it would correlate to any of the people that were
No.
Okay, I didn't know if they had any different styles of
There's
clothing. Like
nothing
one has a moon
indicating
armor.
on any of the bodies that this would be a anything to do with what they're wearing.
All the bodies are the heads removed at kind of the same spot, or does it look like there's more bone on some than the others?
Can we find out by looking at the spine which skull this is?
Roll me some perception. Whoever wants to.
So
Looking at it, there's nothing that indicates they're a huge amount different. Torb, as you start looking at it, I assume you reach into your bag, and you pull out the other one, seeing that that 25 hasn't died.
But then you might accidentally touch the potion.
Yeah.
Are you leaving it in the bag?
No, I'll pull out the skull.
Okay, so as you pull it out, you look at it. It's a very similar skull.
You said it was
skulls-
investigation.
Yeah.
18.
As most skulls tend to be. There's nothing to indicate that these have been removed in any different way. They've just been sort of once just pulled from the spines.
Okay.
Obviously as tissue that holds bones and stuff in place have gone away. They've just been removed. There's nothing that indicates which skull would belong to which neck.
Have we lifted up the rest of the covers that were over the plates?
There's just the one skull. And let me show you this. Hold on 1 second.
hold on loosely.
What was the moon design on the skull that 25 found?
Someone's
I'm holding on, but it's
You might
turning
need to-
blue.
You might need to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
So what you've seen is you uncovered the table, the domes, and this skull that is on the table was in front of this chair. You also have uncovered this skull here.
I see.
Yep.
Okay. That's a neat little puzzle.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold my skull kind of like a puppet. Be like, guys, does anyone know what to do?
I seem to have lost my head.
I can't wrap my brain around it.
I'm gonna put my skull down on the opposite side.
Okay, so
The table.
over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you place it down on the platter.
Yep.
Nothing seems to happen.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, and
Okay.
just gonna leave it there. And well, we found 2 skulls. looks like we need possibly find some more in the other rooms.
I'm starting to think we might have to break that last rat in room 4.
Possibly. If we need to, we can come back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Well, I guess the next closest door is room 5.
Okay, so you
Yep.
head straight across the corridor. The stench is now filtered out into all of the rooms, pretty much.
Okay.
As you walk across the room, it's another 20 by 20 room. Contains some comfortable chairs. There are other fine furnishings in the corner of the room. There's a large ornate vase on a table in the center of the room. Up against the south wall is a matching pair of wooden chairs at a solid black table. There's a marble surface marked into black and white squares on the table. Pieces have been laid out on the squares for the popular game Kings and Pawns. And it appears that there is a game left unfinished on this
Oh,
table.
crap. Yeah.
Yep.
I think games of pawns. This is chess.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
So, yeah,
Kings and
thinking-
Pawns chess.
Yeah. They can either chess or checkers.
So it is currently looking at the turn counter. It looks like it's Black's turn.
Okay.
Jordan, how good are
So
you
what
at
do we
chess?
need to? Do we need? Because I mean, the bishop could do it in 2 moves.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. Well, I
I'll
mean,
help you out on that.
what I meant to say is that what's a bishop?
Agree. I got a 9.
Yeah.
None of this game before, but you know the principle of the game.
I don't.
Jesse.
He crit failed. He just never heard of it.
You all look at each
What's
other.
a
You're like,
game?
what is this? Sarya is like, this is chess. This
Wait,
is the object
Scott,
of the game.
what are the pieces made out of?
Wood.
Oh, never mind.
Sarya's like, the object of the game is to take the king either by taking him or checkmate.
But isn't the king in the royal castle?
Just sit down, and you all look at the puzzle.
All right, so it's Black's go. See, the problem is I don't know what they want us to do. What team is supposed to end up being the winner here?
Well, it's Black's turn.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, dude,
You look round. Ravina is sort of standing there, rubbing her chin, looking at the table. You get the feeling that she's never really played chess before. Sarya is familiar with the game, but not massively. What are you guys going to do?
Well, right now I'm just looking at all the piece possibilities and seeing where everybody will be able to move.
Yeah.
And how many turns it would take for each one to be able to usurp the king.
yeah, I'm kind of seeing if Black will move on its own.
I don't know why whoever is playing is the white piece is freaking just charged, forward.
I know.
You don't know what happened at during the game. Sometimes you have to make your king run.
Yeah, but you generally don't send him up that far and leave the queen back.
That's the
Yeah.
bishop. Queen's
Listen,
gone.
There is no queen.
Yeah.
Oh, the
there's no
queen is gone. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
I went back by and thought that was the queen, but yeah, that's the bishop. And then the rook. There's 2 rooks. You got a knight and a billion pawns.
On both sides.
What's the one that looks like a horsey?
It's
A
a
horse.
dragon, idiot. Because I got like a 4 or something.
No, dragons have wings. This doesn't have wings.
I'm an angel and I don't have wings.
Well, you're a fallen angel.
I fell really far.
I think there's Red Bull around here somewhere.
What's Red Bull?
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's not a bull. It's a black horse.
I thought it was a dragon.
No, he just said it wasn't.
Yeah. Doesn't have wings.
All right. So you guys have a move you want to do?
I don't.
There's not really any taking anybody going on other than
there's like
the rook.
Yeah, the castle takes the pawn.
Castle takes pawn. Pawn takes castle.
No. Pawn can't take the castle. Only diagonal.
Yeah, no. Once the castle takes the pawn, then the white pawn can take the castle.
Correct. Rook takes rook. Pawn takes rook.
Right.
Then.
Well, actually, it's black's turn though, right?
It's black's turn, yeah. Looking at the counter, yeah.
Exactly.
So black rook takes white rook.
Correct.
White pawn takes black rook.
Correct. And then we're at another stalemate.
Black pawn moves up.
I've seen that film.
Possibly. Should we just go ahead and...
What if we just tip over the king? The black king.
I win!
You can try that 25.
I am not touching anything. First, no.
Your idea?
Remember what happened last time I had an idea?
It worked out fine.
Last 2 times.
So there's got to be a reason why white still has the bishop.
And a reason black still has a knight.
Hmm.
I mean, what's the horsey Loki one? Alright, is one team supposed to win?
Yeah, see, that's what I don't know.
Is there anything around the room that would kind of...
See, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is there a way to signify what this is supposed to look like something else? But
roll me some perception.
Perception.
22 total.
Okay, you walk around the room.
Wow.
We'll go with Jesse's.
Yeah, I'm glad my dice didn't show up.
There's lots of furniture. There's chairs and like large curtains against the window. There's in the center of the room.
The king.
And then at the end of the room there is this
Wooden chairs.
There isn't anything that you can see that indicates. It looks like this is a game of chess mid game.
So we should shatter the vase.
How large of a vase?
About 3 foot or so. It's quite a large.
So like a large.
Yeah, but it's on a table in the center of the room.
To the point where somebody might have gotten mad and threw one of the chess pieces into it.
Right, but not like a little one. Like
yeah.
We're talking.
No, we're talking a large vase.
Okay.
You walk over to it. You look into it. Can't see anything in there.
There's no like motif to the room that would like a white or black motif.
No.
So if we knew who was supposed to win, we could just move.
All you know is that it's black's turn.
I'll ask Sarya, how does a game typically end?
I rolled for Sarya and she did roll a natural 20.
Oh.
So
nice.
Sarya goes on to say, I haven't played much, but
here's exactly how to solve this puzzle.
But the generally what happens is either you take the king or it's checkmate, and which means that the king can't move because wherever he moves he's gonna get taken. She kind of still looking at the board. She rubs her chin for a second. She goes, and I get the feeling this is something to do with the knight or the horse, but
we can't make it a checkmate from here. Oh wait, yeah, you can. No, I can't.
No, we can't.
No, I can't.
Yes, we can. We can get a check at very least.
We can get a check. We can't get a checkmate.
Yeah.
Actually, we can get a checkmate in one move.
Yeah.
E2 to
Actually, yeah.
C3 puts him in checkmate.
Yeah. Move
That's our move.
Move the knight to right there.
E2 C3
Okay.
is our move.
You move the knight to that square. As you do, you hear a click at the table behind you. As you turn round, a wooden
So it's
panel,
much more simplistic than we were going
a
for.
wooden panel has springed open.
Well, what's in the panel?
You
What's in the box?
You going over an opening?
Probably right. Try it.
Sure.
Probably.
You want to check it first?
Do as you open it up, there is a skull inside the table. Roll me a Arcana or history check, religion check. Sorry.
13 total.
Okay. So you know that this is the symbol for the waxing gibbous.
Sure. Even the DM knows.
Carved on the forehead.
I mean, I grew up in a society that has never seen sky, but somehow I know that this is the symbol for the moon.
If it helps, it looks a bit like that.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and just place it on the table.
Yeah, we'll put it on the table, but I know what we're going to have
these?
to do. No.
Yes.
I was going to say, I think you should.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
Excellent.
Okay, so you place them on the table. Don't go up high because that's where the rest of the skulls are. You cheats.
Steal! No, okay.
Yeah, so we just randomly guess.
Okay. Now what are you guys doing?
Now we have...
you got 3...
5 more.
One of which I think we have a pretty good idea where it's going to go.
3 skulls and a mess of a vial of liquid that's bubbling away. And
that
no, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the vial on the table as well.
Okay. So you gingerly pull it out of your bag and place it on the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna go back into room 3 and just open the door to room 4 without going in and just seeing if anything has changed, and then get ready to close it again just in case.
Okay. So you...
I'll join you since I was already in room 3.
I take it you're trying to do it quietly?
Yep.
Roll me a stealth check.
Cain's forte.
Quiet as the rat.
You open the table, you push the door, and as you smoke pours out for a second. As it gradually clears, you see a table split pretty much straight down the middle. Ashes, sort of cinders on the table as it slowly burns away. You see lots of food on the floor. You see lots of rubble on the floor. You don't see a rat statue.
Do I see a rat?
Not that you can see.
Okay. Do I see a skull?
Roll me some perception.
Oh, sweet.
You can't see one from where you're standing.
Go in the room.
Good call, 25. Since you thought of it, maybe you should do it. I don't want to take away the credit from you.
I'm refusing to go in that room.
But I think there's a chessboard in there.
That room does not exist to me.
It's been stoned one too many times.
Exactly.
For now, I close the door back and then...
Okay.
No such thing.
Now what are you doing?
I mean, I guess the next level of progression would be room 6.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the next closest door.
So as you open the door to room 6, it's a 25 by 20 foot room, as you can clearly see from the diagram.
Yeah.
The room is filled with 2 ornate divans, several chairs and a table. The walls of the room are entirely covered with mounted butterflies, shapes and sizes.
Mounted butterflies?
They're like a laid back chair, I think.
Oh, okay.
Mounted butterflies of all shapes, colors, sizes. Sitting on the table is a jar which appears to contain 3 live butterflies. At the bottom of the jar is a golden yellow gemstone.
All right, so we have
Okay.
fold chairs, a wall of butterflies, a jar with 3 living butterflies and a gold gemstone.
Yep.
And what else was it? There's one more
It's
thing.
pretty much the room is filled with chairs and tables, and then there's all of the walls are filled with butterflies on sort of nailed to walls,
Okay.
and then or nailed to frames,
Nailed.
and then there's one jar in the center of the room on a table which contains 3 live butterflies, and a jar.
Are there certain types of butterflies on the wall, or are they all like the same, or they're different types?
You know what? Roll me some perception.
I will join on this.
Hopefully, I'm able to physically tell if there's a bunch of different colored ones. What, Kyle?
I'm gonna join you.
Well, apparently I can't.
Oh, 23?
There are a lot of all different shapes, sizes, colors. You know, some you've seen before. In your
I
journey.
thought they
It's
were
probably
all
not so much-
moths.
It's probably not so much you, 25 ground, but not a huge amount. There's a lot of butterflies.
Does it look like? I'm guessing on the walls there's like a rhyme or a reason to it. Like it looks organized. It's not just.
It looks like a
randomly
collection of butterflies. It looks like someone has collected butterflies.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're not like haphazardly up on the wall.
No, they're if you imagine
rows.
they're in sort of not in cases, but they're in frames.
Okay,
With,
is it
with card, sort of a coloured card, and then a nail pinning it to the
so?
the.
Each of the frames have a certain amount. Do they all have the same amount?
They're different shapes and sizes. Some have got 2, 3. Some have got 5. Some have got 1.
Okay,
you
does
know,
it?
depending on
What I'm getting at is, does it look like
You cut out.
roll me some perception? No, you did 17. No, it doesn't. It looks like quite a good collection. You know, there's some spaces where there isn't anything on the wall, but it doesn't look like anything's ever been hung on that wall.
And Kyle, yeah,
as
he's
you-
curious if any butterflies were missing for people watching the stream later.
Yeah, there isn't. From what you can see, there isn't. They just, it looks to be like a collection of butterflies that hasn't filled the whole room, but a lot of the walls are covered with butterflies. As you look at the jar, you see the 3 butterflies that are floating around. They're all of different colors and sizes and shapes. You look at the gem, and looking at it, it looks like it's probably valued at about 1,000 gold.
Does this butterfly, like the butterflies in there, do they look like they could have had holes in them? Like at one point they could have been on the wall, placed in there with the gem, and it brought them back.
Roll me some perception.
Since Jesse keeps like being for.
No, I got what Jesse was saying, and it
14.
didn't look like there was. It's difficult to see because they are moving. They are still flying around in this jar. It's a relatively big jar, to hold a gem worth 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold is quite a big jar, but it's also, they're flitting around. As you sort of focus on it, you can't see that they have.
Okay. See, the thing is, if he's telling us this thing looks like it's worth 1,000, that means we probably shouldn't open it because something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. Do any of the butterflies in the jar match any of the ones on the wall?
Wowza, roll me some perception or investigation for this, I'd say.
Yeah, slowly working our way to each of those possibilities.
That would be, you said investigation.
Investigation.
That would be 15.
Okay. You look at the butterflies, you look around the walls. There are a lot of butterflies on the walls. There's maybe 600 or so butterflies on the walls. As you look around, it's very difficult to tell if any are the same. There's a few that look similar, but it's difficult to tell if any are identical to them or not.
Maybe I should intimidate one of the butterflies because I have +6 to intimidation.
Yes.
Nice.
I was thinking if there's anything I'd be able to do, and I can't do crap.
Yeah.
We have like an Arcana check or something, maybe. Check see if there's something.
I can.
What's Sarya's?
I mean, we can both do one.
Yeah, or even Ravina.
Oh, Sarya's +4.
Yeah, so ours is the same. My Arcana checks have been shit, but let's see.
And she rolled it. And
hey, there we go.
Lovely.
I mean, yeah, you got 20, Kyle.
Yeah.
So you look down, Kyle. Sarya is just amazed by walking around, looking at all of them. As you look down, sense that there is magic. But you've also sensed that pretty much since you walked into the grounds of this mansion. And that would tie into the story that there was a huge amount of magic dispelled in this location based on the song. You know,
Right.
it was a mage trying to break a magical staff or wand. And during that, there was a huge magical occurrence. So you're not sure if it's tied in directly to this jar, this room, this mansion, this place. But there's certainly magical things happening, as you probably already found out from rats that turn to stone and unturned to stone.
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard a statue.
You can't pinpoint it to what it is because there's so much of it. Did you say you rolled a 20? What you do see about the gem is as you start looking closer, you get this.
He rolled a 16. He got a total of 20.
Yeah, where you first looked at it and thought this is a really valuable appearance.
Oh, the truth comes out. The DM lied to us.
Scott, what was that you cut out?
Oh shit!
The gem is, you start to see a few flaws in its appearance. Not massive things, but where you first thought this is to work backwards on that valuation slightly. What are you guys doing?
I don't know. I don't really know anything about this thing, so.
I don't either. Should we come back? Because I think we saw them
upstairs. So let's go check.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so you head across down the corridor to room 7.
Yeah, it's gonna open the door. Peek in.
This is a 15 by 35 foot room.
Oh shit.
Okay.
It once served as the manor's kitchen. The room has several work tables. A large fireplace dominates the northern wall. There's a large collection of cooking utensils and pans. A row of clay jars rest on the shelf along the solid apple, one that is yellow. There is
one of them is oddly colored.
There is a narrow stairwell that leads up to the second floor, and a door to the left of the fireplace that appears to lead outside.
You kind of cut out again, Scott. I lost you at, you said dishes and plates.
Okay, so there's some row of clay jars along the south wall. There's a fireplace. Sitting on a table is a bowl with 3 colored apples: a blue, a yellow, and a green. A red.
What? Oh, okay.
And there's a stairwell that leads upstairs, and a door that looks like it appears to lead outside.
So when Kyle started doing this last time was whenever all of a sudden we started having all kinds of connection issues in terms of stuff getting like cut out of the stream entirely.
Yeah, let me do a speed test real quick.
Thing that you can see is
which means while I'm doing this, we'll be cutting in and out.
Okay. So Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll open the.
Light bearer.
Okay, so you cast light on an object. Is that or?
Yeah, well, yeah, I just put on whatever I want. Okay. So I could just be like on Jesse on 25.
So you cast
Alright,
it
I'm
onto.
back.
Okay.
I'll use on one of his like daggers or something. Dagger of giving it a use.
So Kyle, I don't know how much you missed, but these guys have opened
About a
room 8,
minute, more or less.
Okay, so these guys, Jesse walked over to room 8, which he thinks is what we thought was a panel, and it's completely black. Even with his superior dark vision, still completely black.
So I'm
Cain
casting
has
light.
cast light on something.
Yeah.
On your dagger, for example, 25. As you reach it forward, you're lighting up what you think is the room. As you pass it past the threshold of the door, it doesn't light up the room. You know,
Great.
Guys, it's kind of dark in there.
Light doesn't pass through.
Mm.
I can't see in there.
Here's probably where we need another Arcana check.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
magic.
Or I
I'll do it
mean,
that
Cain
way.
asks if it's magical to Torb and
Sarya rolls an 11. She stops for a second and thinks the only spell she knows of is darkness that could do something like this, which is a blanket spell which casts permanent darkness on a room.
she can
I
use
would
dispel
agree with
magic,
her.
can't she?
She probably can use dispel magic, but I don't think that's on the list of spells either. It's not on her list of spells, but again, I don't know if she's had it since level 2, and I've kind of got to go on a level 3, and I've kind of got to go on the.
Yeah, you have to
Hey, you-
go with what you have.
So
Hey,
I don't know is the honest answer.
Okay.
Ravana doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Do you have a dispel magic, Torb?
Nope.
I know you have like the occasional weird spell, so
Yeah, I don't even think I can take dispel magic. Or if I can, it's at a higher level.
yeah, I'm not sure how it is for fighters.
You said in the kitchen there's a fireplace, right?
Well, I get off wizard spells.
Is there a fire currently in the fireplace?
No, just in the servants' dining room. There's no fire in this fireplace.
Okay.
Out fireplace.
There is
there's
stairs
blue,
upstairs.
red, yellow.
There's a fireplace going upstairs. A row of clay jars rest on the shelf on the south wall. The 3 apples on the table, and then the stairwell and a door that appears to lead outside.
How many clay jars are there?
4.
I was hoping you'd be like, there's 3, a blue one, a green one, or a yellow one, and a red one. But
I am not like that.
stupid apples and they're not being Legos. Could we just go play chess?
I already won that one.
Well, they were about to win, so the guy rage quit.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I don't know what's causing it, but I'm cutting in and out.
You think we should call it here?
Possibly. Because everything that I'm looking at says everything's fine. But
Okay, we
Still
can
doesn't.
leave it here.
mhm.
Do
Yeah,
we want to
that's
try
fine.
and finish off the kitchen? So you can pick it up at a fairly bog standard place as to what you're doing next, or do you want to?
Do
leave
you
it here?
guys have a way to finish off an idea? I mean, 25, if you want to try what you were about to do, go for it.
What was I about to do?
Oh, I thought you were going to light the fire to see if it lit the
No,
room.
I was thinking if there was a fire
Yeah,
that we
to
might
put
be able to use
yeah.
that.
I was say extinguish it to see if the other room lit up or something, but okay.
I was gonna go the other way and see if that was what the fire was gonna.
See, I was thinking
Light the room.
extinguishing that fireplace maybe would light this room, but okay, that makes sense too.
Well, maybe the other way around.
Yeah.
Can we light
Yeah.
a fire in that?
Yeah, say one, try it.
Torb, light a fire in there.
Preferably in a less violent way than burning hands.
Yeah. The only way I can light a fire.
Does anybody have like a tinderbox or?
I'm
I don't know, is there like a tinderbox around, Scott, or something to use to light the
yeah, we'll
fire?
say there's something that you can, there's some flint and a stone
Yeah,
beside the
so
fire.
is anything really? That,
Yeah. So it takes a few attempts, but eventually the fire
Yeah.
lights up. It's nice and warm. Lights a bit of the room. Nothing else seems to happen.
Well, this is impossible. There's no way to solve the puzzle. Scott gave us a broken game.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we call the devs and find out what the?
It's also one of those things where because Scott knows all the answers, it's probably driving him crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, the chess one did a little bit, but I think to be fair, I looked at the chess one in my own time without any kind of anything else going on. And thought, oh, that's the answer. Without looking at the answer, I saw it. But
And
it's one of those things.
my thought was they're going first. This must be a way to try and make the white team win then. And so I was like, so how can we counter this?
I also could have easily looked at that for an hour and not seen the answer. It just so happened that I saw it straight away.
Yeah.
But quite easily could have sat there. And then when you're with a group of people and you're not quite sure if it's trapped or anything else, you get all the rest of that stuff. So, do we want to call it here, or do you guys want to try and do anything in the kitchen?
I think maybe a fresh mind next week might help.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
I'll give us a whole week to think about it.
Nice.
And Google it on the interwebs.
You are currently room 7 of at least 18.
Okay.
But you're doing all right. You got some skulls. You don't really know what to do with those skulls, but I think you've got a good idea.
We have an idea that we need to place them in an order.
Okay.
Well, one of them I think we already got. We kind of have an idea of where it's going to be because of where the dots are on it. I'm pretty sure it's the far left.
Yeah.
The far left skull.
We have that bottom middle one.
It's got the 3 little dots on it. So there's the one that's the chair, and there's the 2 that are on the diagonals of it. So it'd be the person to his left and right.
It's the moon. It's the moon cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be the moon cycle as well.
Calendar.
Yeah.
That great calendar that my people don't know about because we live underneath the ground. Where
Drow love the moon, don't they?
Yeah.
Half of them do. There's 2 major gods of the Drow. There's Lolth that everybody knows, and her priestesses can't stand it. But then there's the good Drow god or goddess called Elestri, who is a moon worshiper.
Freaking shout out to Jesse for knowing that lore.
Yeah,
dude,
seriously.
I know everything about the Drow. I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me some stuff.
All right, here you go. Here's what she is actually Lolth's daughter. And they had a huge war to basically for the souls of the Drow.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream.
I just did finger guns at my own head.
Sorry for the end of it with a bit of audio cutting out.
It's probably about that time anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a one shot. So I don't know how you guys are feeling about this. I thought it was just something a little bit different to what
I'm enjoying it.
This was made by Survive RPG. So if you like the look of this and you're watching or listening, you can check them out. It's available on lots of the D&D websites. You can find it, and it's called don't go and Google this, you cheats. It's called the Mad Manor of Astabar. How
do you spell that?
But there you go. I've quite enjoyed it. I've quite enjoyed seeing you lot struggle. I haven't enjoyed knowing how much to help with Sarya not being here.
Yeah.
Because I feel any kind of assistance I know the answers for because I've got them written down in front of me. So, so maybe
next week
Carl will be back and you guys can.
Yeah, she'll be back next week. Hopefully.
Struggle through it together. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Later, everybody.
These guys' channels.
Bye.
Jordan from TrueFriendsGaming.
Yep.
Who people can't see. There we go.
Torb is Kyle from ChibiKy Plays and TrueFriendsGaming.
Go. There he is. There's Jordan.
PlayerTwoInsertCoin.
Yo.
And I'm Scott from ScottDogGaming. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back next week, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, we will.
to finish this off and then see what else I can do to mess with Cain.
So.
He's going to lose a leg by the end of this episode. Right.
But which leg?
He's
Later. Cain's hand crawls into the battlefield.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.